Welcome to Keith and the Girl. I'm Keith Malley.
I'm Chemda.
The great Cato will be with us in a second. I see that Rouge Crayon wrote about our Kickstarter, which I'm very excited about. Explain what the Kickstarter is for, Chemda.
The Kickstarter is to see if you love us. Honestly, that's just the end of it. Do you want more, or should we quit March 7th? Do we want anything beyond March 7th? On March 7th, we're turning 18. Do we want a 19th year of Keith and the Girl? See, this is what my life is like. Do I have a job on March 8th? It's up to you. keithandthegirl.com/kick. I'll start looking. You know what I mean? That's okay. We need to see where we stand with you, the people listening. So, do you want more?
I've been circling help wanted ads just in case, because if you don't care, then we don't care. And Rouge Crayon wrote, keithandthegirl.com/kick. KICK is what we're talking about. I was going to wait until the last day to give to the Keith and the Girl Kickstarter so I could be a hero, but I decided to be the first person to donate instead. Oops. Turns out I'll be the 53rd person to donate instead.
So close.
Even the word donate, though, honestly, you're getting stuff for your money. It's all related to a 24-hour marathon. It's related to bonus extra shows. It's related to perhaps Keith and the Girl will go back to 5 days a week. We switched because of the pandemic. Let's see if you care enough. A couple more shows. I think that'll be fun to see. Becca says, just pledged. So excited. I look forward to the marathon every year. 24 hours, over 50 of your favorite comedians. I even take vacation days to not miss a second.
Oh,
that's right.
That's so nice. I take sleeping time to not miss a second. I literally don't sleep for over 24 hours. Yeah. Mimi Cherry is listening live, and she said, Kickstarter season, it's the most wonderful time of the year. And my brothers, we have a chat going together, and I'm like, oh, our Kickstarter launched, it's at 25%. And they're like, yay. And they actually asked me, like, how is the audience responding to this? And I thought about it for a second. I'm like, you know what? They call it Kickstarter season. They're just as excited as we are. They refresh the page all day also. Like, it's a game that we all play together. And I thought, like, wow, you love me. You really love me.
We just announced this the other day. We are now 1/3 funded. 1/3 funded. Thank you.
No, we're not.
We're not a third? Yeah.
Oh my God.
30% at least. Yeah.
That's like a third.
That's like a third. We're like a third funded.
Foggy Bottom wants to know, when is KATG half my age plus 7? All right, Foggy Bottom, you fucking perv. We like you that way.
Timo says, another year of being the backer number 1. Woohoo.
Wow.
Maggie says, backing again for the 4th year in a row. So many laughs and great guests over the years. Probably my favorite thing is Keith's takes on movies, though. I wish you both an abundantly successful Kickstarter year. Well, we have a spoiler-free Black Panther 2 review coming at you in a bit. Sadia says, first time backing. Whoop, whoop. Joy says, thanks for all the laughter. Kenda says, happy Veterans Day, Keith Malley. Thank you for your service.
It's a 2-in-1. Kickstarter and Veterans Day.
Well, we got to tell people what happened, Kenda.
What happened?
It was yesterday.
No, we don't have to. Listen, sometimes I'm early, sometimes I'm late. You're going to complain for both? Shush.
It's saying happy birthday when it's not your birthday. And then, it's like, well, if you just would have let it go, I would have been less offended. She says yesterday to me, thank you for your service. That's not the day. Now, all of a sudden, I got to worry about stolen valor because these people didn't give a fuck to check a calendar.
You know what? Just because happy birthday has a fun thing to say if you're late, happy belated birthday, and you could be like, I put a cute bee on it so I get to be late. Happy early Veterans Day.
No, this was by text, of course, and then Kenda texted, well, then no thank you. And I said, thank you. It's about integrity. That's the whole point. Rod Morrow, our buddy from the VIP show that we have, keithandthegirl.com/VIP. He does Last Week on Keith and the Girl. And he said yesterday, wanted to be the first to say thank you for your service. Well, I want to be the first to say Merry fucking Christmas. But that would be insane, wouldn't it? I go, that's tomorrow, you son of a bitch. He said, but I'm the first. I go, no, actually, half hour, Chemda fucked up. So you're shitty all around.
Oh, I fucked up first. You know what? That's still an accolade. For some reason, that's still like an award. I fucked up for thank you. Calvin behind the scenes is absolutely on my side. Let's put a poll up right the fuck now.
And then Rod rates me today. Okay, now thank you for your service. I mean, Jesus Christ, are you happy now? And I said, that was beautiful. Thank you. Yes. Yeah, that's it.
You're so psychotic.
People go, oh, it's your day, Keith. What are you going to do? And I'm like, you're setting me off. Because if you look at how it's written, Veterans Day, there's no apostrophes, not before the S, not after the S, not nowhere, because it's not my day. It's my honor. And I don't see where the confusion is. Let's get right to it.
Sir, yes, sir.
Thank you.
Is that the
No,
language?
I
Is that the
worked
lingo?
for a living over there.
Oh.
I was not an officer. I
Oh.
wasn't privileged.
Go clean the toilet, you bitch. Is that
That's my
closer to-
PTSD.
Yeah. Here's
Calvin-
a toothbrush, you fucking dirty asshole.
They don't curse anymore.
Oh.
Calvin Cato, how you doing, Calvin?
Oh, I'm doing great. I mean, I was just loving all of this. Also, I feel like, aren't we all veterans in some way, shape, or form?
No,
Like, I feel like-
Calvin. Do you get
Well-
a discount at Wendy's, Calvin? Then you're not a veteran.
well, I
I get
have
5%
coupons.
off.
Okay. Do you really? Does
I get-
Wendy's really do that?
Yeah. Today, I think I get fries. We'll see.
Well, I pay taxes. Doesn't that count? I'm still helping to keep the government alive. I feel like that still makes me kind of a veteran.
Yeah, we pay your wages, Keith.
Yeah.
Malley. You work for us.
Do you,
Period.
10 push-ups right now.
you guys know I pay taxes too, right?
Well,
You had all this up. I'm a general.
I'd like to see the long form. You know, I don't really know what you're paying in taxes. Or seeing the 1099s, so I don't really know your business, but okay.
No, I went in, when I went into voting day, I held my head high and I said, give me a free pen/stylus thing. And give me another one for a friend of mine. They're outside. You don't see them right now. They came in earlier.
Today, is it like Halloween for you where you go like door to door showing your veterans card and they
Yeah.
just like give you anything from their kitchen or closet?
I got Cinnamon Life from the neighbor next door. Yeah, you just show and they don't know what to do. They're like, oh, fuck. I just saw Kamala Harris crying on TV. I guess I got to give you something.
Yeah.
You know.
That's the US.
By the way, these pens that they gave out this time around voting, not up to standard. Not as good as they used to be. Not here in New York. That should be the fifth proposition. Should we care? It doesn't. The tips don't go out far enough. I'm not pleased.
That's what he said.
Hello.
A lot of head talk today. I don't know what's going on.
That was behind the scenes,
Yes.
Calvin. That was
God.
behind the scenes.
And no one has any questions about it. Elizabeth says, I don't understand why Republicans vote for people they wouldn't hire to babysit their kids. You wouldn't let Herschel Walker, Lorena Boebert, Matt Gaetz, that Marjorie Taylor Greene alone in your house with your kids. Why do you think it's okay they represent you? Amen. Amen. You got Marjorie Taylor Greene writing on Twitter. I'm sure our enemies are quacking in their boots. Well, she means quaking, but you know, what are you going to do? I'm sure our enemies are quacking in their boots while we are still over here trying to count ballots. I don't think the people that you're sitting next to in Congress are supposed to be called your enemies. That's my guess. That's my guess.
Right.
Yeah.
Your coworkers, maybe.
Lauren Boebert, she tweeted out before, my pronoun is patriot. You know, she doesn't stand for this woke bullshit.
She doesn't stand for grammar either. I don't.
Right.
What language is that a pronoun in?
Yeah, it's a noun, honey, like moron. That is a noun.
Oh, maybe
Or-
she's pro nouns.
She loves nouns so much.
Yeah.
She is, I mean, nouns like guns. Guns are nouns, and she has a lot of them, apparently. So, yeah.
On this Veterans Day, I'd like to shout out Jon Stewart. Let's not forget. It took a comedian to pass legislation to help veterans that were sickened by those burn pits. Iraq, Afghanistan, these burn pits, that's where you burn ammunition. That's where you burn your plastic. That's where you burn your literal shit. That's where you burn everything there. And people were getting sick from that the same way they got sick from 9/11. And that toxic shit, which Jon Stewart, a comedian, had to fight for as well. Republicans are the ones that are saying no to this veteran thing, but the first one to say everybody should go to war. Goddamn pieces of shit. I can say that. I'm a veteran. Fucking assholes.
Mimi saying nouns don't kill people, pronouns kill people. But I think it's the opposite, right? Pronouns don't kill people, nouns kill people. If guns
It's
are
true.
nouns, right?
I think
Like, I
Republicans
have never
kill
killed
people.
anyone, and you have never killed anyone, but guns have killed people, and gun is a noun, and I and you, pronouns. We didn't do it. I said it.
Hey, speaking of doctors and sickness, Chemda had a doctor visit the other day, and I got to hear about this.
Thank you. Humble brag. I will be visiting all kinds of doctors now that the pandemic has released us from our homes. So before the pandemic, I was supposed to get knee surgery for that beautiful fall I had in 2018, where my knee literally, when I say dislocated, we've all dislocated the knee. It's cute. No, I had to show my doctor the original x-rays because the shin bone was disconnected from the thigh bone. They were next to each other instead of being like, touching at the knee point.
It was vomitous, Calvin. It was vomitous.
Yeah, it's disgusting. Luckily, I can Google my own x-ray because of Keith and the Girl. Thank you guys so much. And so when I sat in front of my doctor, so 2018, I had the fall. I had a procedure to just put the bone, they just pulled it so it can go where it belonged. Then I had MCL surgery, 2019. In 2020, I was supposed to get ACL surgery so that my knee will now be stable and it won't dislocate whenever it wants. But the pandemic hit and my surgeon had the fucking nerve to move to Florida. So now here we are looking for a new doctor, finally found one, got the x-ray yesterday. He sat in front of me. He's like, yeah, your knee's not stable. It could fucking remove at any minute. And I go, that's cool. Good news is he looks at my knee. He goes, I don't see how you had MCL surgery. Either you heal super fast or your doctor didn't do the surgery. And I was like, oh, is this a multiple choice? Can we just look at an x-ray or something? And he's like, yeah, we're going to get you to an MRI so he could really. I'm like, all right, maybe doctor just put me to sleep. And, I don't know. So now, and then he said, and I don't know why he just said the MCL surgery. I usually do MCL and ACL together. And I go, well, unless we have a time machine, this is terrible information for me. Thank you so much. It's nice to meet you.
Every time I go to a dentist, every single time they tell me to sue my last dentist.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, we'll get an MRI. Then he goes, I'm looking at your knee and right here, you have a tumor. And I'm like, okay. What? And he sees my face. He goes, I'm not concerned about it. And I'm like, okay, don't cry. You have
another tumor. This
not
one.
Not concerned about it, Keith. He's not concerned about it. He's seen this before. Most likely it's just a knee tumor. Don't worry about it.
The fuck?
Yeah.
Did he say, was it going to go away on its own, or was he just like, oh, don't worry, it's just chilling there?
No need to talk about it even, Calvin. No need to even talk about it.
It's not remarkable.
I'm just going to bring it up. I'm just going to bring it up. You're going to get an MRI. You don't know when that's going to be. And then we'll talk about it when I look at there. And then we'll see if I really do need to be concerned about it. But for now, no one's concerned. And I'm like, oh, good. Every x-ray I'm going to get will have a tumor. No more x-rays for me. I am tumor done.
Do you think that maybe the doctor never did take out your tumor when you had open heart surgery and just, they went in there, of course, because you have a zipper on your chest, but they actually just pushed it down.
Yeah.
And then somebody does an x-ray and they're like, tumor's gone.
Yeah, maybe it was in like my butt for a while and then just kept sliding down and now it's not on my knee. Gravity's a motherfucker. I don't know how this shit works. Anyway, he's not concerned, so nobody be concerned.
Why would I?
Right.
I wasn't concerned about one in your heart. I'm not going to care about your knee.
Right.
Yeah.
I start showing I care about the knee. That'd be fucking weird.
I mean, you have 3 other limbs. Calm down.
Yeah.
You know?
Seriously. Yeah. So I'm walking with this tumor. So what's my problem? I was breathing with the other one. Don't worry about it. Let's get an MRI. Are you claustrophobic? No? Let's get 2 MRIs.
I was just watching a woman with no arms shoot a bow and arrow with her feet.
And she's grateful for every existing breast she has, right? It's
so maybe Chemda will invent hand dancing or something. I don't know. I'm not really too worried.
Are you kidding? The more tumors, the more positive. I'm going to come up with a new program. OMAT, 1 minute at a time, 1 moment at a time. Give me more tumors. I'm so into this.
Or 1 minute a tumor. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah, all time. Yep,
yes.
Mm-hmm.
I will have the tumors for everybody. Now, someone with, what was Xerxes' joke? He goes, now you really have tumors. I'm like, okay, all right. And he goes, well, and then he goes, is 2 tumors formers? And I'm like, let's hope so.
Right. It's sad, right? It's sad. You guys got to get by somehow, whatever it takes. Yeah, it's a sad situation.
Type 5, folks. You hear tumor, you go, I got my new type 5.
Hey, watch out, Tignataro. She's getting the tumor material ready.
Yeah, she's waiting for a 3rd one. She's like, now that's a show. Comedy comes in 3s, Did you vote, by the way, Calvin?
Oh, of course I did.
Right.
He
I
voted
always
it's not a tumor. Calvin, it doesn't count if you say it. All right, please. I'm sorry. I'm still on my tumor. I don't even know why. He said not to be concerned. Don't worry about it. Next week on Thursday is MRI. We'll get back to you. Please continue. Oh, then he gives me, I'm sorry. He gives me his card and writes down a bunch of numbers on it. He goes, you should probably call me directly when you get this MRI. And I'm going to put a bunch of numbers on here because you should probably get me exactly directly. The system is not going to be good. Yes, I said that. Here's this, dial this, get me directly, go downstairs. I'll have the MRI results super fast. And I'm like, for a person who's not concerned.
Right. The second it gets it, maybe.
Yeah. Is this your cell phone number? Why are we still not concerned?
I've done this with TaskRabbit. I go, how about we just work on the side? I pay a little less. You make a little more. Maybe that's what he's doing.
Maybe. Mimi saying, what if tumors are Chemda superpowers? I love it. Why not? Why not?
Yeah, some of those X-Men had dumb shit going on, you know?
It's true. I mean, also, I feel like your doctor's negging you. I'm not going to lie. Like, it's very concerned with the, like, don't worry about it, but call me back. But it's tumor. Also, they never did surgery. Don't worry, girl. Just let me slice you up. Like, this is a lot. I don't know about this.
Yeah, I would have done it better than your ex-surgeon. What?
Yeah.
What?
Were people wearing masks when you guys voted? There was a
No.
sign for me that said, wear your mask, but I didn't have it. So I just opened the door and nobody was wearing it. I'm like, okay.
I think those masks, they should have a date on it, you know, because I think that way I see the mask at the door and I'm like, oh shit, everyone's going to be all masked and nobody cares. It's just an old sign that they're not taking down from their front door.
Right.
Pretty much, yeah. Like it was so funny. I mean, there were a couple of poll workers who were masked and I was masked. No one else was masked. And I even saw a mask outside of the building. So I was like, did someone just defiantly throw their mask down? And they were like, well, fuck you. I'm going to have my freedom today. Like, I was like, what is this?
I think it's more like got my you put on the sticker and you take off the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you throw your beret up in the air. I did it. We're going to do it.
I knew, of course, that Calvin voted. I saw your tweets, your hashtag red wave, let's go red, go to all that. So
I was really offended when you were talking about Herschel Walker because you know that he is my personal Lord and Savior. Right. I mean, come on. As a gay man, I like people who are like, yeah, I'll pay for all the abortions. Fuck all the kids. No, none of them. Fuck it. No.
Can you imagine? Isn't it a little disheartening, even if I don't live in that idiot state of Georgia, that they're going to have a runoff, another election to determine between Herschel Walker being in the Senate or someone who can talk? Isn't that crazy?
It's still traumatic. And in general, I voted and I tried very hard to stay away from all of the news just because I find it so upsetting that these are people like I don't blame all Georgians. I mean, obviously not the black ones. The black ones are doing the right thing. But like, there are so many.
You checked.
Individually.
But Calvin, with that said, what the fuck is going on in Georgia? Move.
I mean, but you can't though. Like, this is what sucks is that there are a lot of people who can't because they literally can't afford to move. They've already built entire like lives and careers there. And it sucks that the people who don't want this are suffering because there's so many racists who are like, oh, I'm such a God-fearing person that they can't vote for a literal pastor. Like he is there's a literal reverend, but we can't vote for that. I'm sorry. We have to vote for someone who clearly is suffering from CTE and has absolutely no scruples or morals. It's very upsetting.
When one of these assholes tweets out, you know, we're going to show the libtards this red wave. Did they then like hold it up like, huh, God? That's a good one, right? I'm proud of that one. Libtards, I said. Do you get it? It's like the word you can't say anymore and lib. Get it? And Jesus is like, send it. That's clever. The New York Post, I do still get the New York Post. I can't help myself when I'm picking up.
Why? It's because you're a veteran.
I'm a veteran. I gotta see all sides. If this country's going to war, I want to know why they think they're going to war with it. So we're at a cold civil war. I don't think I'm really exaggerating. But anyway, the New York Post is famous for endorsing somebody on the cover, Donald Trump, for example. And then when Donald Trump lost this last time, they then go, this idiot, he would never be a good blah, blah, blah. It's like, motherfucker, I bought the paper yesterday too. I could say, so they say, go Trump. Trump is out there, you know, is out there doing these rallies. and he's behind what's going to be called the red wave. And is more spotting, of course, but he's behind what's going to be called the red wave, and all his people are going to, take over the country. Then they don't do nearly as good as they promised. Now the New York Post puts on a cover, "Oh, Don Trumpty Dumpty," and they, put a picture of him as Humpty Dumpty. Very clever shit. Man, they really turn on you fast over there at the Post. They're like, yeah, because he lied about the election. He's a piece of shit. I'm like, what happened yesterday at the post office? What are we talking? Donald Trump was furious about Republican Dr. Mehmet Oz's loss in the crucial Pennsylvania Senate race. He blamed his wife, Melania, for telling him that he should endorse Herschel Walker. These people that now everybody's turning on Trump because he got everybody excited about owning, the House and the Senate. And now he's saying, yeah, it's their fault. They told me to endorse these people. I would have endorsed totally different people you don't know about.
First of all, can we just talk about how loving of a husband Donald Trump is? That he immediately was like, "This is my wife's fault. Fuck that bitch. Sorry,
Yeah,
I was really on the right track." That's crazy.
He said, "Not that this is regarding Herschel Walker. Not the best decision she's ever made."
I hope she's putting arsenic in all of his food. Like, it's just insane at this point.
She hid in a crate that was brought over on a shipping boat, and that wasn't even the worst decision she ever made. Big lie makes Trump the GOP's big liability. Yeah, you really changed your tune in a second based on what states became red and what states became blue. Oh well, but that's the Post. They put like a 16-year-old girl scantily clad in their magazine and with the big headline, "Too young, too fast." This is what people are looking at. I'm like, what the? All right. I think you did that. At least 300 people, I said the other day, are on the ballot that were on the ballot. Election deniers. That's fucking crazy. And then Donald Trump says, "Tomorrow is the election. I have an announcement to make myself, but I'm going to save it for next week because I don't want to detract." Now, obviously, that's him saying, if this red wave does come in, I'm going to run for president. I think that's safe to say. If it doesn't, then I'll just I'll say I was talking about something else. If it doesn't, then there's a knock on the door. Got to go. They're after me. So we'll see what this announcement is. I bet you it's not going to be too exciting because he has to make one up now.
Could you be an election denier and be part of an election? Can you be an interview denier and still be at an interview for a job? Isn't that the process? You get hired, right, and you're saying that doesn't exist. I don't know. Are you famous and you don't do auditions anymore? What's happening?
Yeah. I really thought it would be, let's say, a blue wave. And I thought this Roe versus Wade reversal would cause that. I don't know if people care as much as they said. You know what it makes me think of? When they banned in New York City, they banned cigarettes. And I was a waiter at the time. And waiters and customers were like, they're talking about banning cigarettes inside restaurants. That's crazy. And I hated it. I hated smelling like it all day. I hated it even when I was a customer. 5 minutes of cigarette smoke, you gotta take a chlorine bath. But you didn't want to be
literal Trump supporters. Please don't take a chlorine bath
just because you smell like smoke.
Was a joke.
So you don't want to have a fight with anybody. So you're like, yeah, I mean, there's shit on the street. Where you think cigarettes gonna bother us? What about human decency? As soon as they got rid of cigarettes, everyone was loving that, right? So you just so what if people you know what my point was if maybe people don't really like kids, but that would go with the abortion thing. So all of this is stupid, and I don't really have a point.
Well, I think that it's interesting because I
know why you don't have a point, because you're holding that fucking voting pen you didn't like, and it doesn't really have a point. So it threw you off, and now you're ripping paper. Sorry, Calvin, what were you going to say?
It's so funny because I think that in general, I remember reading all this stuff about there's going to be a red wave. There's going to be a red wave. And it's so funny because I very quietly to myself was like, I think so, because and as much as I get it, inflation is insane, et cetera, there are a lot of people who are like, I actually don't have a problem with abortion, and I don't have a problem with like trans people, and I don't have a problem with like learning about like how bad slavery actually is. Like, it's so funny because I feel like also just from like performing in so many different places, you find that there are people who like they can't articulate, like they're bad at saying that they're not racist. Like I once did I did a show fairly recently where this lady came up to me and she's like, "We're not that racist here," which like you didn't have to say that. You should have said we're not racist, period. But like, you know what I mean? Like you're getting there. But like there are a lot of people who have that mentality where they're like, we're actually like not shitty people. Like we're learning, we're trying to learn. We don't have the vocabulary yet. Like we're not going to say problematic in a sentence, but like we're doing the best that we can. And I feel like there are a lot of those people who are like all around the country, which is why it was like, I don't think people want these like crazy election denying people who are like, you know, all QAnon, like you have to lick frogs or there's, you know,
Right.
whatever fluoride.
I mean, I
is, like,
hope you're
turning your
right,
kid
but
pregnant.
I know some people do.
I mean, there definitely are people who do, that's for sure. But I think that it's like those people are a lot louder, but more of a minority than we think. I think
Trump
it's
was
because
elected.
in 2016, yes. I'm
Okay.
not saying there's no racist. Trust there's a lot of racism. I mean, I don't mean to brag, but like I just feel like it is lessening because I think that people really are starting to see the impact of like, oh wait, like our short-sighted racism is really fucking things up, and like I actually don't care as much as like people or Fox News or whoever,
This is
Rupert Murdoch
very
wants me to.
positive of you. What's going on in your life? You're doing well.
No, I'm half single. I feel like I'm trying to be more
Okay.
optimistic.
Okay. You're half single. We'll get to that.
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. You know, I see like Texas and Florida, and they stayed red. And what's funny to me about that is that when when the red people are running for they go, let's fix this bullshit. You've been red for decades. You had a red leader for decades. Can we finally fix this shit? You did it. You did it. The whole world. Oh my God, everything's so fucking stupid. Then you have Elon Musk. Now that he owns Twitter, he can't get off this thing. Every time I turn it on, he's right at the top of my list with some new bullshit. Calm down. Everybody hates you right now. Just calm the fuck down. Yeah, he tweeted out Nancy Pelosi's husband was attacked. I bet there's more to it than just that. Send. Vote Republican. Send. Okay, well, I guess that's free speech. He just tweeted before the show, the awesome irony of the situation. That's how it starts, not part of a thread. The awesome irony of the situation is that the media writing about Twitter/me failing nonstop is driving massive growth in Twitter.
Is he talking about the situation from Jersey Shore?
The funny thing is, actually, just relax for a second. The funny thing is, they think I'm doing bad. That makes people want to check me out, and that means it's doing good. Okay, good. I'll tell my friends.
This is actually really nice because you could see it's not that easy to tell jokes. We're just, bouncing them around, and he's going, I talk by a cooler too. And then he just writes those things down. Big mistake. Huge.
Well, this is exciting news. Alex Jones was just charged another $473 million because of his Sandy Hook lies.
Does he
Which
have any
good,
money
and
left?
fuck that guy. Ugh. Alex
Jones was ordered to pay an additional $473 million to families of the Sandy Hook massacre, on top of the near $1 billion that the verdict that he already had to pay.
Is this why the lotto was so big? The Mega Millions?
The victims' families accused Jones of making tens of millions of dollars from the tragedy and their suffering by spreading lies to attract more followers who also buy his merchandise. Jones says he plans to appeal both judgments. Why not? You know what it is? You know what this is? This analogy will go somewhere, I promise. This is
a story of a girl. Sorry. That's not going to help you.
That happened last time. I was interrupted last time.
That's true. It's my fault. Thank you for your service.
Love a good music reference. Yes, also Semper Fi. Yep, keep going.
Thank you. You're banned for a week. You have detention for a week. Make it a month. Okay, it's a month. Make it a year. Okay, it's a year. Well, now I live at this school apparently. Make it 10 years. Make it 1,000,000. So that's what Alex Jones is doing. That's what Alex Jones is doing. He's like, you know what? Then let's do another. How you gonna pay me? I'm like, who gives a shit? It's all fake. I'm in so much trouble. Who cares anymore?
Yeah. Now we know which Breakfast Club character he is.
Right. Yeah. Comedian Gallagher died just before the show, dead at 76 years old. The watermelon smasher.
Oh, I didn't catch that. Oh, You know what?
Multiple friends
Yeah.
texted me about this,
Really?
and I was like, oh. I literally didn't even responded to any emoji, not a thumbs up or a thumbs down. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah,
You know
That's
what?
not-
he's a little. Before you say anything, Chemda, let me jump in and say he's a little homophobic and racist. But continue.
Yeah, he was a problem.
Okay, so thumbs
Thumbs up.
Thumb sideways, like
Right.
Commodus.
thumbs
Just
in
keep
your
going.
butt.
Yep.
He died. He was allergic to watermelons, but nothing else quite gave a smash like a watermelon. Oh, that's interesting. He tried everything: pumpkins, grapes, then the watermelon. He's waking up his wife. Holy fuck, honey, wake up! It just came from the garage. Wake up! Watermelons. I smashed them. I don't know, a tarp or something. But what a great idea this is. He died while under hospice care. He died of massive organ failure. He had numerous heart attacks over the years. That's a big hammer. Gallagher stayed on the road touring America for decades. He was pretty sure he held the record for most stand-up dates by attrition alone, says the representative.
Worth it. Worth the heart attack.
Hey.
Worth to stay on the road. Work to your death. Hospice from working. Good job, America. Good job, everybody. Nobody take breaks. Well, you could work harder. Everyone just start working harder. Are you on another break right now? Are you walking your dog? For fuck's sake, isn't there something you could be doing right now?
Well, Gallagher had his detractors. This is the representative. By the way, don't representative me this way. Well, a lot of people hated Keith.
Well, no.
Well, Gallagher had his
show.
Well, Gallagher had his what's that?
But by attrition, he was able to continue to work.
Yeah. While Gallagher had his detractors, he was an undeniable talent and American success story. He started working as a comedian after college, getting his big break after appearing on Johnny Carson back in '75. His trademark bit, the Sledge-O-Matic. It was a joke on the Veg-O-Matic.
Remember when you can get a break by doing 5 minutes on TV? Do you know, like, there's been like starting like around the 90s, you're like, okay, I was on Comedy Central in the 90s. And I'm like, Comedy Central.
This is it.
You know? And it's like, huh? I'm here to do your kids' party. Huh?
Well,
Notice
it started
anything?
Well, the Sledge-O-Matic started as a parody of the Veg-O-Matic commercials. It would go on to be what millions would remember him for. I wonder if that bothered him, but he had to keep doing it. Like Warrant hated the song Cherry Pie. They hated being known for it, especially, and they hated that they had to keep singing it because it was a hit. That's what the Sledgehammer is like, I think.
You know what? Then get over yourself. Oh my God, they really like my song that I wrote good. Okay.
Most
something else. We'll remember something else too. Don't worry.
Gallagher was most recently being played by fellow comedian Paul F. Tompkins in Weird, the Al Yankovic story. So that movie just came out wherever you find it. He had a health scare back in 2011, as we reported, says this paper. He collapsed on stage during a performance in Minnesota. He also suffered a heart attack the following year in Texas, moments before he was supposed to perform. He was retired when he died. He's survived by his daughter, Amy, and his son, Barnaby.
Amy and Barnaby, you
Amy
like one of them.
Aimee. He's a fun guy. He would play with letters, really fuck with your head.
Well, Barnaby had to learn all of those letters. Amy could try.
Right.
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of funerals, are you going to watch Wakanda Forever, Calvin?
Of course. I mean, that's kind of a given. I remember when I watched the first Black Panther. Actually, I have to wait.
He doesn't see color, so we don't know what's a given here.
I never understood why it was a big deal. I'm so anti-racist. I didn't see the magic of the first one. I didn't get it. I'm like, all right, they're people. I like their clothes. Music's different. But other than that, I don't see the big fucking deal.
I guess you could be confused by the name Chadwick. You might have thought he was white. But I think... I'm waiting because actually I'm going to see it with my mom because I saw the first one with my mom, and that's a big thing. My mom does not like superhero movies, but she loves her some Black Panther.
Yeah.
Have you seen it yet?
I did see. I saw it yesterday, and I was afraid the funeral scene was going to be an hour and a half, and I just had to stay silent, you know. But they have like right in the beginning, they have like a 5-6 minute funeral scene, and it wasn't too much. Okay. And my review of Black Panther: Wakanda Forever is
watch out now.
Thumbs up.
Okay, good.
Thumbs up. I was not bored. This movie's almost 3 hours long.
It's almost 3 hours?
Yeah, 2 hours, 40 some minutes. It's
Oof.
I think second to the. I think it's the longest now. It might be the longest. No.
Oh.
Endgame was just over 3 hours, so it's second to the longest Marvel movie ever. You get your
And-
money worth with these Marvel movies.
And you're not just saying you were good, you were cool with it. You're
I
saying
enjoyed
thumbs
it.
up.
I
You
enjoyed it.
enjoyed
When you look back and you go, was it fun the whole time? And it was. I think that means I have to admit it was very good. I think I'm working on a theory because I did not like the first one, but I know you got to keep that shit to yourself.
I'm sorry, what now?
I didn't like the. But I did. I don't like the drinking a magic plant. There's certain superpowers that I'm like, doubt it. But I think I hate origin stories because I hated that and love this one. Hate Ant-Man, but love when Ant-Man's with the Avengers. Hated Thor because that I don't care about gods. But now that I understand he is one, I love him. I love him in this, that kind of thing. So I think it's origin stories that I just don't like.
That's fair. I also think it's hard because the source material is so. I mean, again, when you really boil it down to it, when you said that, I was like, oh, yeah, that is true. He does get his powers from drinking a magic plant. That is a little weird. Like they're all kind of wacky.
Don't let
like
him do
Spider-Man.
that to you, Calvin. It's a fucking superhero.
Yeah, I can't make it make
Somebody
sense.
got bit by a spider and good shit happened. Like,
Yeah.
what, now we're worried about plant. What is it? The Impossible Burger? No, it really doesn't taste like meat, so he can't get an actual superpower. What's a good way to get superpower? You get hit by lightning is good. You drown and it turns out you're a fish or something. Like, it is superpower. I can spit water bottles at people. Superpower. I can get you a tissue whenever you need.
These aren't powers, Chemda. These aren't powers. So,
Well, I didn't see the movie.
well, some are better than others, Chemda. Believe it or
Well,
not.
some are better than others then.
Well, the tissue one is good for the height of COVID. I mean, that would have been great. I would have loved that. Come on.
Maybe we would have been only in COVID 2 weeks.
Well,
like
that's the
they said.
Exactly.
Well, that's the thing Marvel knew. Like with Spider-Man, they're like when they started making these new ones that everybody's loving, they're like, you know who Spider-Man is. Boom, there's Spider-Man. They don't bother showing it to you. Maybe that would have bored me. Meanwhile, I love the Spider-Man movies now. I don't know. I don't like how they got their powers. But once I made peace with they have them, then I like them. I think that's what it is.
That's fair. I mean, I still love Black Panther. I will give you that is an
You
annoying thing,
you
but
know
the
how
rest of
you
Black Panther is
ruled. You know how
wonderful.
you rule their country. You fight. So I could challenge Black Panther to a fight. He will lose. He loses his powers, by the way, for these fights to keep him honest. And if I beat him, I can literally do whatever the fuck I want to this country with their resources, with their weapons. That is stupid as fuck.
I mean, Keith, you must be a really good veteran if you think you could still fight Black Panther without his powers.
Now, I mean Black Panther now. But why wouldn't the biggest guy in the Black Panther thing be the king? That's
Well, it's
stupid.
about skill and training and will. I mean, yeah, the biggest guy doesn't always win. You know that.
Wow, 6'2", Keith. Wow.
Killmonger took over that country by winning a fist fight. That is insane.
But then they had a civil
Insane.
war because then they realized how insane it was. So really, it's
Oh, they
kind
never
of about,
thought
like,
it through. Where could this go if it's all about who's the strongest physically? Where could this go? They never thought about it. Aren't they geniuses?
Okay, Keith, how long have English monarchies been around that we still fucking have because people fought? Then that was all it was about. It was like, oh, I fought you and then I fucked my cousin and now I got to rule this country for no fucking reason. That's how all monarchies work.
But let me tell you something, Calvin. I don't have books on my bookshelf. Okay, it's games. I don't. Oh, sounds good to me. Good point. Well, what's he talking about? So after the funeral scene, they do the very dramatic Marvel Studios logo. And you know how it has, they put all their superheroes in this 3D logo, that kind of. They did only Black Panther scenes, Chadwick without the mask in every single one. And I did mutter out loud, "Oh shit!" So they got me.
Is
They
oh
got
shit
me.
like one tier to you? I'm just checking the vibe.
It moist. It moistens the eyelashes.
It's like a spritz. on
Yes.
you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And I mean, it's a movie. You guys, Black Panther's not real. It's okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to see it in 3D with your mom?
Oh no, we're not.
Too much?
Who do you think I am, Daddy Warbucks? No, we're watching it the regular fucking way, please.
Yeah. If you saw me crying, it was because I was wearing 4 kind of eyeglasses at the same time. It's just a bunch of heavy shit on my head.
You saw it in 3D? Does it actually look better? Like, does the action feel like it's more jumping out at you, really?
I'll tell you something I really like, Calvin. So during the funeral scene, the Hulk was there and accidentally picks up the casket too high, and Chadwick's body rolls to you in 3D, and you're like, "Holy shit!" It's crazy. So I think it's worth it. But
How much more is 3D?
$4 more. So you're already paying $69. You might as well pay $4 more.
Oh, it's $4 more, huh?
Yeah, yeah,
That's actually not bad. I thought it was like 10 more. Didn't it used to be 10 more?
I
maybe.
thought it was like 14 more.
Well,
that
I do the
IMAX
monthly
and-
service. I do the monthly service, and then I guess they go, give me $4 more.
Let's Venmo Calvin $8 so he and his beautiful mother could have a lovely day out. What's your
My mom
Venmo?
is such a germaphobe. She would never put those glasses on, even though I'm literally like, Mom, the glasses are like in a like bag that's sealed.
Right.
She's not going to go for that.
You know, that's fair. After this pandemic, no one's arguing with her.
Yeah.
I left the theater, and they go, put your glasses in the bin, and I'm like, why? I don't. What? No, you don't get these back. I don't want somebody else's back. Oh,
It's
boy.
true.
Did you see the movie Black Adam?
No, I didn't.
It's a DC movie, for the record. Those are shit.
I
They
mean,
are.
you're not wrong, but I have to agree. I just wasn't as enthused about it. I liked Wayne the Rock Johnson, but I was like, I don't really need to see all
Call
those.
him by his full name, government, nickname.
Dwayne the Rock Johnson, 161548293, isn't it? And but it's getting good reviews. By the way, the best reviewed movie in Marvel, so I guess I'm wrong, was Black Panther at 96% on
By the
Rotten
way,
Tomatoes.
According to what I remember, this might be the only movie you enjoyed in all of 2022. So we got it in just in time. End of the years here. Amazing.
Wait, did you see Everything Everywhere All at Once?
I saw
Don't even-
everything,
don't
everywhere,
even.
everywhere. I see every movie ever made. Of course I did. Yeah, I did enjoy that. But that I honestly felt it was too long. And the bagel part, I could do without.
I
There,
think
I
you
said
should
it.
see it again with more edibles.
If I thought it was too long, I should see it again.
Yeah, you should. I cried at that movie. It was
Oh my
really
God.
beautiful.
I did too. When the rocks
sobbed.
were talking, it was sad, but a little too long, just the same.
Well, I like crying for a long time, so this was really useful.
Yeah, that's what I'm complaining about. I don't like they made me cry so long.
There's not enough tissues. Wouldn't that superhero be useful at this movie? You can't dry your tears with popcorn. You got to think ahead, or Tissue Man comes in.
Okay,
Or Kleenex Woman. Okay, it's a new thing.
Yes, or non-gendered tissue person. That's what non-binaries have always wanted, to be the tissue god. You know, Keith didn't have a point earlier and he kept going. So like, somebody should interrupt me. Everything, everywhere, all at once.
So it looks like I've seen 2 movies that are good this year. That's worth $25 a month.
Oh, that was a good review of Everything, Everywhere. Oh, okay. No, I
liked it enough. I
reassess.
liked it enough. Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
I
Also,
got
you
voice.
don't do my obituary either. I liked her enough.
Was Jojo
Okay.
Rabbit this year? Anyways.
No.
No.
Was the Sixth Sense this year?
I think Basic Instinct just came out. You should check it out. I heard really good things.
I've seen all the sequels, my
Is
friend.
that with Tom Cruise?
Captain America's Chris Evans has been named sexiest man alive from People. Goddamn, honestly,
Chris Evans.
I put all my money this year on Steve McMillan. He's a substitute teacher, lives just outside Denver, Colorado. I thought he was the sexiest. It turns out it's Chris Evans, Captain America, who's coming out with a new movie, is the sexiest this year. So congratulations. And I lost a couple bucks on that one.
Oh. Well, speaking of movies, we do have silent trailers next week on Sunday.
I'm
at
ready.
6 p.m. Eastern, which is crazy. We're trying out a new time. So if you want us to keep this kind of time, join us. It's going to be on YouTube. And I have the people who are going to play right here. Are you ready?
Ooh.
Carmen Lagala,
Yay.
Ben Katzner,
Yay.
Christian Finnegan,
Yay.
Mike Kaplan.
Yay.
You're dead, Keith.
I'm ready. I got to make up for the last one we did. I'm coming out fucking excited.
Listen,
I was on one where our team won, and I'm still very proud. I still savor that victory. And then the most recent one I lost, but you know, that was our fault.
I like how you say that super quickly. And the most recent one, the one that counts because one. Whatever. I'll be back, and Keith is dead.
Jennifer Aniston is on the cover of Allure magazine, and I know that because somebody apparently I follow on Twitter happened to tweet out, hey, is it okay if I say it's a guy? I don't find Jennifer Aniston that attractive. And I had to take the time to write back. It's like, hey, maybe I agree too, but if she's not attractive, what the fuck chance do we have? How about we keep that to ourselves? How about we stop judging celebrities and their looks? Because holy fuck. Who do you think we are, bro?
How attractive is that guy? Just for my own spank bank purposes.
Just believe my tone. How about that? I'm not here to offend anybody. I'm just making a point. Careful what you tweet, you know. The other day, Chemda ran into one of her old high school buddies. Is this right?
Yes. When she DM'd me on Instagram, I ran into that message and we got together. I have not, it turns out, seen this person in 20 years. Yes. So caught up, you know, I think, and she knows a little bit more. We used to go clubbing together. We went to Limelight, Palladium, Club USA, all of them. Yes. Yeah. So she told me a couple of things that I didn't remember.
I love picturing the meeting, you know, hey, what's new? I could take the car out now without permission.
No joke. We were in the restaurant for 4 hours.
Yeah.
It could be 4 years. We were like, okay, and fine, we'll get together again. Okay, stop talking. Okay, bye. It was great. But I didn't remember a couple of things. And I just wrote down another thing that I remembered. Okay, so I used to go to Surf Reality. It's actually where I met Keith. And we always talk about this one time at Surf Reality where it was one of the more controversial 8 minutes that you got. And this woman came on, you know, side note, she's on heroin, but she said, today I'm going to draw for you. And then she got on her knees. The canvas was in front of her and she pulled down her pants and underwear and she stuck 2 fingers into her vagina and she painted a dick with her period blood.
Get it?
You know this. Sorry.
Yeah.
Keep going. I remember this. Yeah.
This is the place that Keith and I met. It's going to be 18 years, March 7th with Keith and the girls. So Surf Reality, shout out. I did not know that she was there that night. She's a more conservative friend. I know we went to Limelight and Palladium and whatever, but you know, she's like my adult friend, you know, the person who I knew was going to do all her work, get the right job, like, you know, got the kids like solid. And I was like, did I not warn you about what you might find at Surf Reality? She goes, no, that would have been nice. I was like, oh shit, I am so sorry.
They do. How did you describe it? They do poetry or stand up. Stand up people try to take over every venue, so be prepared for that. They might come up and sing. You know, they do different arts, maybe ventriloquism. She wasn't expecting this.
She wasn't, and she came with her boyfriend at the time, who happened to be Senegali, and he's like even more conservative.
Oh.
And so
I'm sorry. Like, I told you what's on my bookshelf, right? What's Senegali?
Some kind of African.
Okay.
From Senegal.
And that's a place.
Yes.
Yes, but like it's a pretty conservative upbringing when you come from that background. And he's
Calvin, if I'm playing Jeopardy and I know they're looking for a place, I count that as a win.
Okay.
I'm like, Svengali? What? If I get it, if I even know it's a place, I'm like, I can compete.
If you get the right continent, that's like extra points. Yeah, that's like too much.
So just runaway tournament of champions. Sorry.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. So she came with her boyfriend and we were very young. She's like, I was scared to be there. And I was like, that's so interesting because I felt like home there. And I'm like, oh yeah. I was the freak of my friends. I forgot this, you know, like I thought I was like, you know, little me from Queens. And I just happened upon period blood paintings and a bunch of other shit that we've been talking about for 18 years. But I realized, no, I'm the kooky one. And I was reminded of that. Another thing she remembered is one of the last times that we went to a club. It might have been actually the last time. I got into an accident. I was the one driving, got into an accident. One of my friends went to the hospital that night. And she's fine. She was fine. She was fine.
She's a drama queen. She's fine.
She actually was a drama queen. And I believe she was faking it. And there was that's a whole nother thing. But anyway, we didn't know that at the time. Now she goes, do you remember that night? And I go, honestly, I remember where we got into an accident. She goes, I don't remember how or like the ambulance coming, her going to the hospital. I don't remember how we got to your house, Chemda, but I ended up coming to your house and spending the night. And I lived with my parents. Of course, we were teenagers. And she goes, do you remember what happened when we got to your house? And I go, no, tell me. She goes, ooh, okay. So she goes, it was like 1 or 2 in the morning. Your father and your mother were in the living room. We walked in. Your father berated you and cursed you out for however long, right in front of me. Yeah. And I was like, what did I do? She goes, you just looked down for the entirety of it. And then we went to sleep. She goes, he was like cursing at you, fucking berating everything about you. She goes, that wasn't even the first time I saw your dad do that. And I was like, oh, all right, cool. I go, yeah, you know what? I like witnesses because I don't remember that. And I keep thinking I'm making up that he had like anger issues sometimes, because it wasn't all the time. He was actually a lot of fun sometimes, which is maybe why I'm married who I did. He was a lot of fun. And then can I come on daddy issues one day? So yeah, I got into a car accident. One of my friends went into the hospital. We came home and I got cursed out.
What happened the next morning? Did she remember that? Like, did you just make breakfast like nothing ever happened? Like, he's like, okay, and I got it all out, and here's some eggs and pancakes.
That's a good. Why didn't I even ask that? I was like, I assume we reset the next day like we always do. But yeah, that's a good question.
Family's so weird.
Mm-hmm.
Family is so fucking weird because you've seen each other at their worst, most likely. And hey, this is my brother, my whoever. You have a blowout fight, let's say, and it's the next morning. Like, hi, what else are we gonna do? We're family. Here, let me pour you a bowl of cereal too.
I'm not interested in that in my life. We will talk about it.
That's how egregious my dad was. You let so much go, and he found a way to push it. I'm like, you're always gonna be my dad. We're always gonna talk. This is out of line. I'll just hang up on you, and we'll reconvene tomorrow if that's where it has to go. But you pushed it so fucking much.
Right. Yeah.
Your siblings aren't talking to you. You pushed it so much.
Curtis is saying, but you're going home for Thanksgiving, right? Oh, yeah. I'm going to Israel for it. We got to celebrate Thanksgiving. We have to, you guys. We can't let Thanksgiving go. The worst kind of bird nobody ever wants to eat all year. Yes, celebrate. Giving people some blankets and completely trying to wipe them off the face of the earth in order to steal their land. Celebrate. Fucking final dinner. And then everybody gets killed. Celebrate good times. Your land is now ours. But we're about to go and buy weed from these people, and that makes all of it up. Calvin, you're still waiting for your 40 acres.
Listen, I've let it go.
That's not going to come
through,
get a
40 ounce and maybe a picture of a mule. It's not going to happen.
We give you a 40 ounce. We say it was a misprint.
Yeah.
How am I going to give you 40 acres?
40 whole acres. I mean, in this economy, we can't afford it.
Right.
I mean, some people can, but mind your business.
Yeah. But those people are now lighting Twitter on fire with their money. So they're not really going to pay for 40 acres now, are they?
No, but they're definitely having a Thanksgiving dinner proper.
Yeah, they are.
It's important. It's important.
Yeah.
It's important.
Well, with Thanksgiving coming up, what's this kind of single bullshit? Are you going to have to go see families and stuff? What does that even mean?
Well, no. Well, I mean, I'm just going to be here. So my mom and I are going to have dinner, which, by the way, we stopped having turkey years ago because it's not that great. It takes a long time to cook and it's too much. It's too much food. It's too much. We switched to like a more Jamaican Thanksgiving. So it's just like we have a very small like chicken. We jerk chicken.
Interesting.
That's not a dirty jerk chicken.
It's what your people do. That's your business.
We do. We jerk it. We curry it. We eat plantains. It's great. I love it so much better.
I fucking love jerk chicken.
Oh, it's so good.
I've had it where it's like, all right, you just burnt this and you called it jerk. This is not fair.
Yeah.
And I can't say anything because that would be rude because now you're calling it some cultural thing. No, you burnt it. But when you jerk it, then you jerk it out.
So tell me what I'm looking at over here, Calvin, when we send out, hey, you're about to be on the show, of course. Tell me what you're promoting, this kind of thing. And he's promoting, by the way, a weekly live comedic interview show at QED here in Astoria called Q&A with Calvin. It's Wednesdays, 10 p.m. Make sure you check that out. But also we said, what else should we know about you? And you said, I am technically single again, in parentheses, yay, sort of. What is happening? I never fucking get it. I got to put you through a computer system at the end of every interview to figure out if you're single or not. What's happening?
Well, no. The last time I was fully in a relationship, and then so it's weird.
Oh,
so
right. I'm sorry. The last relationship was the guy who you said, "Can you come over and fix it? I have a mouse problem," and he said, "It's 4 a.m. I can't let you used to this behavior. I love you.
Yes.
Good night." And
exactly.
So the poll was about you guys last time.
It was, and I'm just here to say that the winning side was wrong. It was the beginning of the end. So, so then we like sort of we sat down and had a talk, and I was like, okay, I think that like maybe we just like this isn't working out. So then we downgraded.
I'm sorry. 1 second. Who starts it? Who started? Because you both didn't sit down at the same time. Who made the move?
No, we didn't. So I was gone for a month. I was doing shows in Europe, and over the course of that month, it was a lot of fun. I had sex with a couple strangers, and it was great. And then it helped me to realize that like I'm
perfectly allowed.
Here. Yes, exactly. Because it was open. It's fine. It wasn't until I had sex with a guy in a van where I realized I don't think that this relationship's working out. So as one does, sometimes you just gotta get in a van, have sex with a stranger, and
are you saying like, yeah, we're in an open relationship, but I should still be picky, and I'm not being very picky?
Yeah, like that. Okay. I mean, he was we'll say he was a very lovely guy, and he was in the New York Times apparently. So it wasn't like he was like just some guy living in a van,
he's in the New York Times
like Chris Farley.
He's in the Times for living in a van. That's interesting. So who sits who down?
Okay, so my plan was to sit him down, and then I just kind of felt really, really guilty. So then he kind of was like, so it seems like you just have something to talk about. So then he kind of started it, and then kind of did the initiating of it, and then I was like, okay, so I just don't think this is going where it's going to go. And he was like, okay, you know what, I understand that. And then we stayed friends, which was great. And now we're back to sleeping together. So it's life's a roller coaster.
Okay, so you broke up and you're still sleeping together.
Yeah, but yeah.
EVP is saying memory.
So is it giving you stress?
Sort of. Like, I just feel like that's not what you're supposed to do when you break up with someone. You're not supposed to keep sleeping with them and cuddling with them and then have them help you work on your show. Like, I don't think that's a good idea. But that's what we're doing. So
all right. So it's the same relationship. It was open anyway. Nothing changed.
But now it's not your boyfriend. It's one of the people you're dating.
What's the
we
difference?
Can't even say dating because it's not like we're dating. Although he did take me out to dinner. So I don't know.
Who knows? Except me, Keith Malley, veteran.
You know who would know? Tissue person. But we're not giving that person a chance because they have to be bit by spiders or something amazing. That's cool.
Honestly, that's fair. That's fair.
Next show, I'm going to describe Gilmore Girls to people. Is it, by the way, speaking of those movies, Calvin, am I allowed to make the Wakanda Forever symbol? Rod said I can, but I don't know. I don't know if he's setting me up for failure.
Yeah, I'd say that's a setup. He said it for failure. Did he say do it at Sylvia's or anywhere in Harlem? In which case, that's definitely a setup.
He said at the Apollo, you get half off a ticket. You put your hands up and go Wakanda Forever. The more you punch your chest, the better. I do the other guy's hand symbol. I don't think I'm allowed to do Wakanda Forever. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say Wakanda Forever. I'm like, I like Wakanda too. Maybe I'm allowed to say that, but
I mean, you put too much accent in there. You have to be like, I like Wakanda, and then that's it.
Right. Wakanda, keep going. And I raise my hand. Hey guys, how's everybody doing? A little wave.
That is the best way of putting it, actually. I like that. Wakanda, keep going.
Looking back, when I bought my ticket, they gave me the ticket and said, don't do it. That's interesting. All right. So like I said, you want to check out.
Did you have to sit in the back of the theater, Keith?
Yeah, they put me in the back. Yeah. And I'm like, that makes sense. Yeah. They go
Did you
further,
have to pay
further.
double price for popcorn? I hope you did.
I always sit in the front and they go, what is this? Fucking reverse Rosa Parks? Like, get your ass back there. And I'm like, all right, all right. The weekly live show, like I just said, at QED in Astoria. It is every Wednesday, 10 p.m. Check it out. Kevin's hilarious. You know that. He's quick on the fly, too. So those got to be fun shows. He's been on Vice Media, Netflix, Game Show Network. This guy has it going on, and you want to follow. His website is calvincato.com. Anything else we should know, Calvin?
Yes, my grinder is Ridge Fun. Ridge, RIDJE FUN. Just gonna put that out there. If you see that, that's a real me, not a deep fake. Just gonna put that
spell that one more time, please.
RIDJE FUN. Ridge Fun, coming to a town near you.
You ever been on the Sniffies? Newsy told me about this. It's
What's Sniffies?
Go to sniffies.com.
Please, right now. Please, we'll talk. It's cool.
I'm very scared. Okay, Sniffies. Is it spelled literally like SNIFFYS?
SNIFFIES.
Okay, Sniffies.
This could change the whole game. It's where you go out, you meet people, but it's mainly for fucking as opposed to relationships. But this might be something you're into.
I like that the tag just says "for the curious."
Yeah,
That's not ominous at all. Ooh, that's a nice black guy though.
Mhm.
That's okay. Use anonymously or log in. Wow. Oh boy, there is.
hit anonymous. Hit anonymous.
Oh, I did. Let's see. Put in when were you born? Waiting for your browser to share your location. Oh God.
You can put no. I put no to location.
Okay. Am I getting sold into sex slavery? Please be honest.
I just want to see.
Would you like to?
I want to see if your reaction is different than my reaction.
So Keith, you got on Sniffies?
Yeah, I got to know everything. I'm a reporter. I got to see what's out there. I buy the post, for Christ's sake. You know what I'm saying?
Do you post that you're a veteran looking for?
Mm-hmm. And they think it's code for something. It always means butt stuff.
Okay, nice. That's what. Well, hey, Wakanda, come here. Is that what that means?
Did you press no? By the way.
No. Okay, what's happening? This is taking a while to load.
That's what he said. We're on the right app for this joke. Thank you.
I don't know. Oh, I'm getting very worried. This is like not loading. Okay, let me try this again. Oh, wait, loading content. Oh dear. Okay. That's what. Oh, okay, there's me. Is that just an ass? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh. Oof. Oh. Sorry. This is just flat out a penis. On Grindr, they usually like do kind of a 3/4 shot, but this is just penis and a lot of bush, which, work. Keep it natural. Okay, this kind of seems nicer. Okay, uncut, muscular, gay top, rugged. Okay.
To me,
Thanks.
when I said no, not to my location, it said, don't worry, we have it already. And I said, all right then. And boo, 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 asshole, dick, balls, asshole, inside the penis. It came out 3D. It really freaked me the fuck out. And maybe you've been on.
This is the most forward. Also, I love, so this guy, his kinks are fisting, first time. That's not congruent.
You got to start somewhere. You would think you'd start at fingers, but
You know what? This is what we're going to do on the marathon. First, people have to log into Sniffies. We get their response. Then we go into content.
Right. I'm gonna at the end of the show, I'm gonna put a little add-on of Newsy showing me Sniffies, and oh my goodness, it scared the shit out of me.
Crazy. Does no one have a face on this? This is literally like their profile is just a dick.
Yeah.
This one, interactions I'm looking for: eye contact, mutual play, drop pants. Wow. This is like what I feel like people usually at least have like a profile where they're like, I like pens and anal. This is literally what the fuck. Wow. Jesus Christ.
And there's there's icons. Like if you see a picture of a dumpster, it literally means I'm banging the ass behind this dumpster.
Is it that's what that means?
I assume.
I thought those were just cute emojis. Oh my God. Oh.
Welcome
this
to
looks
Sniffies.
like a gas station emoji. What does this mean?
That means again, everything's butt stuff, But I think you meet at a gas station and fuck. That's what I think
Go
it
by
literally
Keith,
means.
Calvin.
What do you think it means, doll? What else could it mean?
Maybe they
Horrifying.
enter you like, how you put back the gas thing, like maybe gassing means I get to come inside of you.
Okay.
Because you're pumping into the, yeah.
Oh, it means I'm a dribbler at the end. I don't know what it means. Anyway, Calvin, enjoy that, and you'll be single for sure in no time.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh,
Keith is
sorry.
introducing you to.
Look at this.
Did you
It's
expect
hard to
this?
make me blush, but this is like a lot. Ew.
All right, so
Ew.
follow
Sorry.
Calvin online. His Instagram is Calvin S. Cato. That's where he puts the sexy pictures and all that. All right. How you holding up over there?
Oh, I don't know anymore.
That's it. Thank you, everybody. And thanks again for the Kickstarter support. That's such a big deal. It's so fun to see. KeithandTheGirl.com/kick.